Oh, I'm back to the spot where I found a baby common snapping turtle last year. And as luck would have it, I found a common snapping turtle. Not a baby. It's a little bigger than the one I got last year, but that's really my first snapping turtle of the whole year. I just passed this spot like 5 minutes ago, and on the return I found this guy right on the road, covered in all this slime. But what a beautiful turtle. I could obviously clean it up with some water on it if I wanted to, because he's got all sorts of muck, and he stinks. You really do smell like a swamp, but there we go. Common snapping turtle, first one of the year. I like to get a bigger one today too, but man, aren't they so cool looking? Hi, buddy. You really are one of the coolest animals out here. He's so cute. That long tail is proof that he's a male as well. You're not gonna bite me, are you? You gonna cross the road all by yourself, little guy? I'll just watch him. Isn't he the cutest thing? Look at him. Aww. You're so close. You can do it. Well, I'll be. It's so flooded here, I had no expectations of actually finding a snake, but there's a baby ringneck, one of the most common species I find here during this time of year. I'll get him across the road, but I mean, I'll show you just how bad it is on either side in terms of flooding. Hey, little dude. All right, well, here's the little ringneck, and it was heading this way, and this is where it would wind up going. I don't know how you're gonna survive over here, but if this is where you wanted to go, and again, the other side of the road is just as bad, then perhaps this tree has a hole underground that you can survive in. So good luck, little guy. Don't cross the road again. Well, about 10 minutes later, I found another baby ringneck snake crossing the road in a different area. And about 5 minutes after the first one, I actually found a dead baby ringneck. So I don't know what's going on with these guys, but they seem to be everywhere crossing the road at this specific time. So it's a good thing I'm here to make sure they don't get hit by cars. I'll get this little guy across the road too, and we'll keep going. No freaking way. My second target I wanted to get today was an adult rough green snake. And I found one. It's not huge, but it's definitely not a baby like the first two I found this year. Man, look at that. This is exactly how I found it, just sitting on the road. A huge truck just passed me, and I thought it would have hit this guy, but I guess it didn't. Man, look at him, shaking his head in the wind to mimic a branch. Hi, little dude. Man, I found 3 rough green snakes this year on this road. That's awesome. Man, this is so cool. I love this species, probably more than any other species of snake. They're just such a unique looking animal. There's no other snake like them except for the smooth green snake that lives in the northern half of the country. I'm gonna take this guy home temporarily to show my brother because he's always wanted to see one. And then I will release him. I like how they shake their head. That's a way to make you think that they are just a stick. But you know, since I've picked you up and you are flicking your tail and you are also green, I don't really feel like that works too well. But man, I love these guys. They're so cool. I love the red tongue on this thing. Beautiful animal. What a day. All right, I found a good place to release the snake, And thank you for chilling with me and getting to meet my brother. He was pretty happy about it. But your freedom awaits, so here you go. This is a much better spot for you where other green snakes have been found. Enjoy your freedom, but be very careful sensing a new environment. You can see if I didn't put it here and I walked past it, it would be very difficult to notice it. Very, very good camouflage. But there you go, buddy. Dude, look at that. I think that racer is eating a glass lizard. I gotta get closer, but I don't want to make it regurgitate. I'm obviously not going to catch this guy, but I want to see if I can just sit right next to it and see what happens. The snake obviously knows I'm here. It's looking right at me. That is super cool. Big black racer eating an eastern glass lizard, most likely. I don't know what else that would be if it isn't a glass lizard. It's nearly done with it. Pretty confident that it is eating an eastern glass lizard. That's a really cool observation. Racers pretty much eat everything though, including their own species. He's all but done. Good job, buddy. Well, I'm upset that you had to eat a glass lizard because that's a really cool animal. But that's how life goes. Definitely not going to pick this snake up. You go and hide somewhere and digest that big, well-earned meal. So this is just like legitimately the best day I've ever had herping, period. We just got to this spot and found a huge, beautiful scarlet snake that I thought was dead. But when I got out of the car, it started to move. Look at that. That's our third one this year. I didn't think we were going to get any more because at this time of year, they got basically nothing to eat. And this is the same area where I got the rough green snake and the snapping turtle, where it's flooded everywhere. I did see a dead one of this species about maybe 2 months ago here, so I knew they existed here, but I did not expect to see one tonight. This is like one of the craziest days I have ever had herping. So many really awesome finds. That's a beautiful snake, white belly. That's nuts, and it's really big too. Like, it's probably almost 1.5 feet long. That's got to be the biggest scarlet snake I've seen where I live. Alright, well, this snake is incredibly easy to take photos of. Usually they don't do anything, but it wants to sit here. I got some really nice photos of it, and we're going to get it out of here. But man, I did not have that on my radar at all at the beginning of November to road cruise a huge, gorgeous scarlet snake on a day where I've already found other crazy finds. That is amazing. I'll give you a boop for good luck. We'll get you off the road and we'll keep going. We just got to this spot. Alright, well, it likes to actually coil up when you touch it, and it even rattled its tail, which is something I didn't know that these guys would mimic. But here's its belly, so we can tell it's definitely not a scarlet king snake. All right, let's get you off the road. You were right here. I really thought this thing was dead, but apparently it's just chilling here. I appreciate you chilling for us. Best find of the day so far. Here you go, buddy. I really am just having all of the luck today. One of the other things I wanted to see today was an eastern garter snake, and we just found one. It's my first one in a long time. This road has lots of garters though, so I'm not shocked to see one. I haven't been here in quite a bit, but beautiful snake, nice blue coloration. I'm gonna pick it up and then show more of it, but I'm probably gonna get bit. It's not a huge garter, but hi, can I pick you up, buddy? Would you mind? Whoa! Well, the little guy decided to run, but the blue coloration never comes out as well at nighttime, but you can still see it. We got snakes of, hi buddy, of every color today. We got green, red, blue, black, everything in between. Gorgeous, beautiful little guy. I love garters. So these little guys have been jumping around all night. It's either a newly metamorphed pig frog or bullfrog, but you guys know the real best way to find out is to catch it and then go from there with the toes. Alright, that was not difficult to grab. Alright, let's see what we got on your foot. Not a lot of spots on it. I think that's a bullfrog. I don't think it extends all the way to the tip. So, newly metamorphed bullfrog, most likely. Could be a pig frog. I've seen both in this habitat, so I'm not 100% certain, but it's very cute, very tiny. Well, the night would never really be complete without finding gigantic southern toads here. This happened a lot toward the end of the year last year. Look at that thing. Like, we found quite a few big ones last year. I think this might be bigger than all of those big ones. Hold on, let me pick it up for a second. Look at the size of this toad, dude. Like, and it's not a cane toad. This is a southern toad. You can tell because of those two crests on its head and the oval-shaped poison glands that are so small because of how big the toad is. You can't even see them. But man, what an end to an awesome night with a gigantic frog. Of course, now the question is, how far can a giant southern toad hop? Would you like to demonstrate that for me? Not bad.